First of all, if you're gonna DaBaby me, you need a posse, all right? He rolls up with a posse. Where's your posse at?
Somebody call 911 for this man
right now.
But they
And
not
have
here,
you
though.
end up like Daniel,
You think
bro?
DaBaby's posse? He gotta call them? Nah, they ready.
You gonna end up like
they stay
Daniel
outside
right
his
now?
building waiting. All right, y'all, we're at it again. This is part 3 of the DaBaby and his
The baby debacle.
DaBaby debacle. Yes. All right. So in this latest update, DaBaby is now being sued by the brother.
of who?
Of
The
who?
Daniel.
The brother of the ex.
The Daniel.
Oh, you weren't here for the first conversation? Well, let me recap you on what's going on. So for those who don't remember or haven't seen part 2, which you should see part 2, we have the fight between DaBaby and the brother.
I appreciate y'all talking through my corny joke, by the way. Thank you for that.
Say it again, because I ignored
There was
you
a
completely.
joke?
Yeah. I said the Daniel like 3 times, but you know, y'all so busy talking normal, like.
Well, you know, some people is more important than others. You know. Just
Yeah, at least you know you're not important, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
We starting with this already?
All we gotta do is just cut this like the right half was right on my end. It might be left for you guys. The right or left portion of the video, and you're gone. Okay?
You gonna cut the better looking half of the video out.
Inside. Right
You gonna cut the better looking half of the video out.
the better looking half is your half is what you say. It's just you.
The better
word,
looking
right?
half.
Like-
That's
like-
all we need.
1/5 of this video is a better looking half.
I'm about
So
to
what-
DaBaby you right now, bro.
So hold on here. So what are you calling the rest of us? Butt ugly Martians?
That's on you. You said it, not me.
First of all, if you're gonna DaBaby me, you need a posse, all right? He rolls up with a posse. Where's your posse at?
Somebody call 911 for this man
right now.
But they
And
not
have
here,
you
though.
end up like
You
Daniel,
think
bro?
DaBaby's posse? He gotta call them? Nah, they ready.
You gonna end up like
They stay
Daniel
outside
right
his
now.
building
Make one
waiting.
call, bro.
Yeah. Anyways,
Speaking of, yeah. Who do y'all agree with, by the way? Like, am I right for acting like DaBaby, or is he right for acting like Daniel? Like, yeah, let us know.
wait. You saying I'm
What?
the guy that got beat up? Damn.
I'm trying to figure out
What? I mean, you wouldn't be the one winning.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he just woke up and chose
Yeah.
violence today. Like,
Alright,
damn.
alright, we set up a boxing match. You can see the
Oh,
video on
yeah.
Patreon. Yeah, you know.
A boxing
Please
match.
do.
He's gonna have 2 hands tied behind his back. You know, handicap.
And I'll still kick you.
Oh man.
I thought Dante would have said I'm going old school headbutt.
No need.
For those who don't remember, let's recap real quick. So here, all right, we actually gonna start with the video of them boxing first. Let's do that. So if y'all remember here, let me. And
That's
all we
what
need
y'all
to
gonna see happen to Brighton in the boxing match.
see. Ain't that cheating?
That's not the
how you
point.
box. What do you mean that's not the
You
point?
didn't say I couldn't do it.
We're saying boxing.
Yeah,
we
but you
didn't say
said with my
street
posse,
fighting.
right? I could bring a posse to the
I'm
boxing
saying
match,
you're not the
right?
baby because you don't have a posse.
And if I get one, I could bring them to the boxing match, right?
Y'all have a bowling alley to use?
Oh yeah, we could arrange
Don't
that.
worry, we got it.
I'm staying far away from that bowling alley.
Malik got a mansion. We'll just pull up to that.
What?
All right, so you guys saw the fight. So again,
Okay, well.
So in the update, DaBaby and DaBaby's ex's brother, they got into a fight. Now DaBaby's brother is suing him. You know, we in the last video, you know, we were kind of contending with each other because we didn't know who was at fault. Really, we were trying to figure out who instigated it. It was hard to tell in the video. Now it's coming out. You know, at first the news came out as DaBaby instigated the whole thing. He just pulled up with his posse and started beating the doggish out of the brother. But now, you know, once the lawyers gave their piece, it seems like the brother, Daniel, was actually instigating on Instagram. He was instigating the fight on Instagram, and DaBaby pulled up. He followed through, said, I bet, and mollywopped him. But he mollywopped him with his crew, so, you know, how much respect does he get with that? So, you know, in response to that, first, the ex came out and gave a few words. All right. So real quick, she just gave a few. Well, she gave a lot of words, but we're only going to see a few words right here.
Not every single time I come back into it, it's not it. It's love because I completely love that man, but it's not it. It don't matter how much you love somebody if it ain't right, it's never gonna be right.
I'm gonna leave that there too. So
That was in response to the fight?
yeah, that was in response to the fight. Yes. So as you can see, she's kind of taking the brother's side in this case. A summary of her exact words are, You know, as much as he may still have love for him, he's definitely acting crazy. He's acting suspect in a way that she can't support him.
That ain't it.
So
She can't support the brother, she said?
support the baby.
The baby.
Yeah, it ain't it. So literally, it ain't it.
It was her brother that they jumped in
Yeah,
the
I
video.
don't understand why she would. Okay.
Well,
So-
she's distraught because he beat.
No, but
her.
like after what happened when he clowned her publicly, she's still gonna.
I mean, they still have
like,
a baby together, so maybe she still has feelings for him. Maybe. That's my assumption.
But that's another topic on its own. Still having love for people who clearly blatantly disrespect you.
I mean, I've
it
seen people
happens
do
all
worse.
the
People
time.
go back when people cheat. They go back.
I've seen people get
physically.
physically abused and go back. You know, so.
So who do you guys think are at fault here?
Oh, so just with the news and how it's starting to sound, even though the brother is suing the baby, it definitely sounds like the brother instigated the whole thing. So the brother is definitely at fault because really this was a situation between the baby and Danny Lay. And again, if I'm saying the name wrong, which I know I am, just bear with it. Okay, so that's my take on it. If you instigate the fight, accept the consequences. Now the baby is wrong because he pulled up with a whole posse. That's the thing. If you want to fight, but don't.
Right, because it's
why
just
is
If
like,
you pulling up with a whole
Bowling
gang,
alley,
like,
because if I'm like, yo, I want to fight you, and then you bring 100 other people.
exactly, it's not a
It's
fight.
All right, here's
That's
my
not
take
a-
on the
that's a
situation.
jumping.
As soon as the whole incident happened at the house between the baby and the baby mother, and nothing happened after that, you going and opening your mouth to say something to give him a reason to want to come towards you, I feel like was personally wrong. Both of them was childish in the situation to actually end up fighting in the first place. But you should have just left it there. Just be quiet. Situation's done. Nobody did anything legal. Nobody actually got physical to the point where they put harms on the girl. If I'm saying something wrong, maybe he did. Gave the brother a reason to want to feel like he got to speak up. But I feel like the brother speaking up and making whatever video that he made that made the baby and his people want to come through and see you at the bowling alley. If that video was never made, that situation would have never happened. You know, one thing's going to lead to another.
That's true. So
Again,
I
I'm
guess-
not even giving no fault to any specific person because they both wrong.
all right, I hear that. Well, here's my thing, right? Because I know from what I said, people are gonna say, "Well, it's her brother. He should get involved." So with what you just said, even let's say they didn't put the video out, is it still in the brother's authority to get involved in this situation?
Listen, when it comes to certain situations, I'm more concerned about making sure nobody actually physically got hurt than I am with opening my mouth just for the sake of feeling like I gotta say something. Imagine, God forbid, you walking down the street with your sister, right? And then someone was just talking crazy or whatever, but they didn't say, like, they didn't come up or touch nobody, right? If I'm walking down the street with my sister and a man's talking, he could talk all he want. As soon as you try to touch my sister or do anything, now I'm gonna actually do something about it. But if you didn't physically do anything, I'm keeping my mouth shut. What if you had a gun? What if you had a knife? What if you would have got shot for that?
Good point.
At the end of the day, a label on what you are to somebody shouldn't make you like, oh, I gotta defend the honor of that label. At what cost? Your life? It ain't worth that after a certain point. If nothing got physically challenged, let it be.
All right.
Okay, so for the most part, you feel like it should just be between them, aside from any
All right.
physical.
I see the way you
altercation.
worded it, but it's not even about let it be just specifically between them. It's a situation that shouldn't happen in the first place. So I don't even want to say it like that in terms of let it be just between them. I feel like the situation already happened. It already passed. Focus on moving on with your life in the best way that you could. With any legal allegation that's going on, handle whatever legally needs to be handled. If it doesn't need to be addressed or it doesn't need to be handled, leave it alone. But if it does need to be addressed and it needs to be handled, like if it's a court case or whatever case may be between them, then leave that specifically to them, lawyers and whatever cops or whatever get involved. You going and making that video in terms of defending somebody's honor, unless you know that you was about it or you know you was going to have people to come with you, come on. Yeah. You're the brother of his baby mother. At some point you was around him enough to know that he walks around with a crew. And you already know how that crew moves. And you already know the history, you hear me? The baby's history and record. Look at what happened in Walmart. Look what happened with the guy who broke into his house. Look at what happened with the guy in the Louis Vuitton store. He got a record for these situations and you already know how it go. Why are you going to open up your mouth and speak on it knowing that eventually was going to come your direction? I'm not saying the man can't fight. I'm not saying the man can't defend himself. But you already got a visual of what was going to come from the baby's past situations, or what was going to happen, or what could have happened from you making your statement and you addressing it like that. Especially if you're calling out somebody on their ego who moves like the way he moves.
Right. These rappers have egos.
So, Malika and Steph, what do you guys think? Who's right? Who's wrong? You know, or maybe you know who's right, who's wrong, but was the baby's response appropriate?
The brother made a video. Is that like why?
Well, it's the baby's video of him fighting at the bowling.
No. She's asking about what the brother said in order to cause the baby to want to do that.
Oh, he
The
hit up
video of him.
Daniel, the brother, hit up the baby on Instagram. I don't know if it's through some posts or through DMs. I'm not sure, but they reached out over Instagram.
I just feel like he has nothing. Like they have no reason to talk at this point. Like that's your child's uncle. That's your nephew's father. Just like let it between him and the mother. Like sort out the parenting. But they have nothing to say. Like I don't understand why they even had to come to this. Like they shouldn't even been talked in the first place. Like there's no reason for them to speak. I feel like they're both at fault. Like, if he messaged you, okay, like you don't have to respond. Like, because that's like you're not even thinking about your child. Like, why would you want your child to see like your father beating up your uncle, you know, or vice versa? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so Malik, what do you think about that?
I just think the whole situation is stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It could have been avoided, honestly. Yeah. Like, there's no reason to be fighting.
Again,
It is, but I agree with Dante saying, like, why would you go and mess with him and you know how his history is?
very good point. But like Dante also said, ego gets involved.
Yeah.
And on
No,
both sides,
Trying to defend
ego,
out
don't
his
get me
honor
wrong,
and
defending
whatnot.
your sister,
Yeah.
as well as one being the father and being
Right.
who you are as.
And
as
again,
influential-
I'm not
influential
saying when
person.
I say the point that I made earlier, not to defend your siblings and not to look out for them and not to stand up for them. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying though is in certain situations, if you got an opportunity to let things go, let it go. Because you might think that you're ready and you might think that you're prepared, and then things like what we just saw in this video end up happening.
Right.
Just realistically speaking.
And like you said, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse. Like what's
so-
going to happen to you in the boxing match.
You know what? Maybe we shouldn't post the video.
Oh. That's going to get posted.
But I do want to ask, right? Because we're saying, we're looking at it from the perspective of, the baby and the brother. This is not our personal family members. But what if it was your brother or sister that, was boxing with their significant other? Was that something you would get involved in? Personally, for me, that's an absolute no. Like, me and my brother, we got two older sisters. They get into whatever they get in with their significant others. Half the time, I don't even know. It's not my business. It's for
Did
them
the
to
guy
figure
put
out.
hands on them?
Not that I know of.
Well, if it's something that you do know of, then what?
Well, if I know they put hands on them, and if I see them in the
different.
streets, that's different. But I'm not gonna
Alright.
go to
Oh,
it.
it's like-
Right.
It's not like I'm gonna plan
Yeah.
like, all right, yo, meet me at so and so place so we get arrested at this bowling alley. No, that's not gonna happen. It's if I see him walking the streets, we got a problem. But if it's just, I'm not gonna go out of my way.
that's why I'm just like, maybe something recently happened that like. If something recently happened between the two of them, then yeah, I can understand why the brother wanted to do that. But
Yeah, like, did something get escalated?
yeah, between them, like if he did something physical to the sister, then yeah, okay, I understand that. But it's just like all of a sudden, how many months later?
Okay, how about this? Let's reword it, right? Let's say you get your brother or sister, they get embarrassed publicly. I
David
just
got
got
it.
it straight. That's awesome.
Wait, I got to... Oh.
What?
Oh, I thought okay.
Please explain.
Okay, hold up 1 second. So let me just finish my point. So let's say your brother or sister got publicly humiliated. Because obviously, I guess you could twist it that way because that's what happened. The baby recorded her. He did it as protection, not as humiliation. But let's say that happens. Would you then do something about it?
Me personally,
Yeah.
no. Like,
Okay.
just talk it out. Well, there's no reason to get physical over it. I mean, yeah, I can understand why, like it goes back to the whole ego thing.
Now, would you
See my
talk it out
sister-
at a bowling alley?
I mean, y'all can settle this with a rousing game of bowling ball, but
It's
You're
always
gonna
better
settle
to.
baby mama drama over bowling?
listen,
Imagine if
How
every
does
court
that
case
work?
could be
Listen,
solved.
I mean, it worked for them.
bowling.
Wait, never mind.
I mean, listen, they could easily just have themselves as the bowling ball. Somebody throws them down, kaploom, or whatever
The setting
sound
of
effects
this
you
is
want to have.
suspicious, but
Yeah. Because
Okay,
why
so
did it
what's-
escalate so like that so much?
Yeah,
to
like
me?
now.
I feel like there's more to
Because
this.
this happened like months ago.
This is interesting. You guys are questioning like
The timeline.
why, the timing and why it
'Cause I
ended
feel
up
like-
being like this.
yeah.
But I feel like people fight over less.
Yeah.
I was
that
younger.
too.
A dude tried to fight me because I tried to. There, those like pizza shops, those $2 pizzas, $1 pizza stores where they leave the spices on the table. There was a time I bought the dollar pizza, but obviously you're gonna spice it up. So I reached over to grab the spice, and the guy who was sitting at the table, he got offended
You
that I
reached
reached
over
out
his
the table.
food?
I didn't,
You
okay,
put his
yes, I
hand
did
over his
reach over
pizza
the food,
slice?
but it was crowded. I did put my hand over his pizza slice, but again, it's public.
gotta pick
The
your
spice is
battles,
out there
yeah.
for everybody, and this dude was ready to fight me over that. He said, "Yo,
Meet
you
me
see me
outside."
sitting here eating my food, and you just gonna put your hand on my?
Would
It's
you-
a crowded pizza
like,
store."
Okay.
Yo, all jokes aside, if I would have calmly and nicely asked him to pass me whatever I was reaching for, and he would have said no because I'm eating, the fight would have happened anyway. Because you taking up that spot. You know I can't reach
Yeah,
over your
exactly.
food, and you still gonna your food would have got knocked off the table.
My point is, fights happen for less.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm
Yeah, that's
not. I'm
true.
not surprised by this.
Do
Honestly.
you feel like he had something to gain from that?
Oh, beautiful question. So they're saying this whole thing is a cash grab. The baby's lawyers are saying the brother's clearly doing this just to get some money, just to get some attention, and that I agree with. Do you guys also feel the same? Like, I mean, I feel like this kind of thing happens all the time.
He already famous. Why he need it?
No, the
No,
brother,
the
I've
brother,
never
the
heard of
brother.
him. I'm only hearing him till now. So
Yeah.
the brother is famous. You say?
Oh, you talking about?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
brother
I'm
is
talking
using
about
this
the
as a
brother.
cash grab.
Oh,
He's saying it was self-defense. The baby instigated the fight. He threw the first punch, sure. Even
That's
though
a
the
possibility.
brother.
all right.
instigated
I think it's a
the
okay,
possibility.
but even if he was using it to get famous, famous for what now? What
Not
do you do?
a cash grab, not
Trying to get
famous.
some money.
Trying to get
Oh,
some
get a
money.
cash grab.
Yeah,
but nowadays people take any type of fame.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, knowing
Any.
the history with the sister,
ain't trying.
I would try and get some money off of him too. Be like, yeah, sure, why not?
I ain't trying to get famous by that.
But
Getting punched
I don't
out
think he's
by
trying to
a
get
celebrity.
But it
Right.
also makes him
The
look bad
payout.
because there's like 100
That's a
people
plan
on
that's
him.
guaranteed to backfire. Because then now what do? How I look? I did all this and
You
got
look-
all
you
this
look like a
attention
guy
on
that got
myself.
punched
I
out by
got
a
embarrassed at a bowling alley for what? Money I probably not
How
even going
much?
to get if I lose the legal case.
yeah,
Get a couple
but
likes
he
on
got it on
Instagram.
camera.
That's
He's
true.
knocking him out though.
A couple
He ain't even
likes.
getting knocked out.
I mean, a couple laughs.
All right, so last
People
question.
like to laugh.
Before I ask question, Dante Straight is the Jack 10, 9, 8, and 7. So 5 in a row.
Yeah, I forgot about the 9.
Yeah,
I'm so
you could have
focused on
bet
the
hard.
3.
Pause. Yeah, so last question for the night. How do you feel about the baby mother's reaction, Danny Lay's reaction to that?
I mean, what we supposed to feel? She just watched her brother get jumped.
Yeah, like what is she supposed to say?
Like what?
I mean, so
that's
nobody's gonna take the baby side. Like he's just defending his honor.
I don't care
I
about
don't-
either of their sides. Again,
I don't
the
think
whole
anybody's in the
situation
right
should
here.
have been avoided.
I don't think
Yeah,
anybody's
you're
in the
right,
right.
you're
There is no side to pick.
First
That's
of all,
the right side.
the baby and the baby mama.
Right.
I feel like
all night, bro.
The baby and the baby mama had a baby, and now look at all the drama that came from that.
exactly.
So
I feel like all of that shouldn't even be public. You guys gotta handle. Like you guys, you dragging the whole child into it too. I feel like nobody needs to know all of this in the first place. This shouldn't be happening in the first place, in my opinion.
I thought she was very respectful to him. She was more respectful to him than I would have been. But like, what is she supposed to say though? I
and
feel
that's
like
coming
Yeah.
from someone
I-
who's very eloquent.
I agree, but here's the thing, right? After everything, being publicly humiliated
Exactly.
and all that, for her to say, I still got love for this
I know
guy
exactly.
and all that. That's
It makes
like,
think
to me,
she's
I'm
back
like,
with him.
wow, you forgave him? Well, okay,
I mean,
maybe not
they
forgive him,
share
but
a
you still
baby,
see
so
him-
sometimes
right. Like
they
I
want to
said
try to keep
earlier,
things together.
Right, they still have some semblance of relationship. I'm just surprised that it's to the point where she's crying over the situation. I'll be like, man, my brother should have beat that. But to each their own. Actually, that's pretty commendable and respectful that she could respond like that.
But she shouldn't have said anything, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I think that's it. That's our update on DaBaby, y'all. I'll put the link to the videos in the description. You can check it out yourself. You can make your own opinions. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Good night.
And leave one dislike for Brighton.